Good morning, guys. It's Jenny. I am going to do a couple of videos that somehow I managed to either not get recorded correctly or I lost them somehow yesterday in the transfer to my computer. So I'm just going to do what I lost and pick up from there. So I do my face makeup the same way, usually every day. And what I do is I use the Touch Concealer, and I have an old compact that I used to use the cream, and I've just put a little tiny little bit right here. So that's enough probably to get me another 3 or 4 days, really. It's kind of crazy how far it goes. So I want to just tell you, I'm going to talk to you a little bit while I do this. So I'm going to use the concealer brush, and oops, and I just have a tiny little dab. And here's a tip that I have learned recently, that if you want to use your concealer for highlight, then you need to use a light shade. So I choose to use the very lightest. So this is Scarlet. And if you want to use a concealer like to really cover like a blemish or like a freckle or whatever, then you need to choose the shade that matches your foundation. So I highlight my underneath my eyes and my cheek like this, because if you just do this, it looks like you fell asleep in a tanning bed. You know what I mean. So that's why they do that's why they say to use like the triangle. I can't believe I did this yesterday and then I'm sure I recorded it. Who knows what happened? Who knows? This is really rich and creamy feeling. There's 10 shades to choose from, the same as our other Touch products. So like I said, this one is Scarlet. And then also when you're highlighting, if you're not sure what to put where, just Google highlight and contour for your face shape. So my face is a heart because my chin comes this way, and so the ideal face shape is oval. So you want to draw the eye this way. I can't even talk this morning. So because this goes in, I'm going to do a little bit here and draw your eye there also. So when you do lighter and darker, you're just really kind of playing tricks on your eyes. So light will bring out, and dark, get my hair, dark will recede, make it go back. And that's important to know, when you're doing your makeup, because I've had several people say, "Oh my gosh, you've lost weight." And I'm like, not really. The scale's not saying so. And they're like, "But all the pictures you've posted," I'm like, "It's a makeup trick." So I have been putting concealer on my lip. I don't know really why, I just have been. And I do this because I've seen other people do it. I'm not real sure why I do that either, but that's what I do. And then remember, I want to bring the eye to the center, so I'm just put a little bit on my chin. And it doesn't have to be blended in perfectly. Okay, so for the nose, I have a huge nose. You just draw a line right down the bridge of your nose and then blend up. Now for the contour, and this is just how I've been doing it. There's 478 ways to do it, and I don't know that there's a right or a wrong. It's just whatever works best for you. This has been my method lately, and I'm liking it. I use the Touch pressed powder, and I've used Cypress. This is the darkest, and I use my angle brush, and I just kind of squeeze the base of the brush like this, and go in right here. I don't know if I said this or not, but I did prep my face with the Glorious before we started. So this is just sliding and gliding across the silky skin. I love that stuff. If you haven't tried it, it's a must. Makes your makeup go on very smooth. It makes it last all day. Okay, so I'm doing it right here in the corners because it's so wide and I want to bring attention to the middle of my face. And then here's a trick that I've learned to slim your face a little bit. I always use the lightest to contour, the lightest to highlight, the darkest to contour. And then I'm going to go over it with a powder that matches my skin tone. So remember when they say always match your foundation? That does not necessarily apply when you're doing highlight and contour. So yes, this is that darkest color, and I'm going to create a shadow. Kind of hide that double chin I got going. Okay, so as we get older, our noses continue to grow, so I have a little bit of color on my brush, and I'm squeezing it. I'm going to get the sides of my nose right along that line. And I am sitting on my bouncy ball, so if my friend Jen is watching, I'm sorry if I'm bouncing. I'm not trying to. I'm trying to be still for you so I'm not driving you crazy. So just on the sides. Okay, so from here, my color that matches me the best is cashmere. But before I do that, I'm going to use organza, if I can find it. And I'm going to set that concealer. I should have done that before I did the dark, but no worries. And I set that because I don't want the darker powder to discolor it. So I'm making it not sticky, if that makes sense. Okay, now I can go back to my cashmere. So, normal color. And you just blend it all in. So every day, this is my routine. And the concealer has fantastic coverage, and for where I use it, it covers exactly what I need it to. And the powder would have more coverage if I use the sponge with it, but I really don't feel like I need to, so the brush is sufficient. Sometimes I'll get my lips just because I don't want them to be like wet at all. I just want that to be like baby butt smooth, so then that way my lipstick lasts better. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going just for a second, and just like I said, that video I did yesterday, it just cut me off. So this is what I always do. Get the makeup out of my eyebrows. I use a white eyeliner first, and very lightly go right there underneath my eyebrows, and then I blend it with my ring finger. That makes your eyeshadow stick a little bit better. And it also just gives you an instant lift. And you do want to go light-handed because you don't want it to look like you've taken a crayon to your eyes. Okay, and then from here, I will get my waterline. Right here underneath, about a third of the way over. And right here on top. Remember how I said we want to bring the light out and not recede? I've always worn dark around my eyes, and I will. When I get my makeup done, you'll see that you don't see a whole lot of white, but it's just enough light that it'll bring my eyelashes out, and it'll hide. I'm going to put dark here, and it'll hide that puffy eye and the hood. See how kind of this... So in my other video I demonstrate how that works. I just wanted to get caught up so you guys know what you missed. Because I did say I would do a series on my makeup, since I've been playing with that fun little website of How Old Do You Look? So, there it is. Okay, so I was doing a demo for the Splurge since that's this month's kudos, and I use Elegant. You get 3 shades of the Splurge and also the Shine Cloths for $75. So I'm just going to get, see, it's a really nice, pretty ivory color. And get it on your cream shadow brush and just do the lid right up to the round of your eye. You can still see the white eyeliner. Of course, it takes me longer because I'm talking. But I can usually get my whole face on in about 20 minutes. And I've just taken up half of it just because I've been chatty. Okay, so I'm just going to get a little bit on the tip, and I'm going to go right here and soften that white. Okay, so if you guys have any questions or if you need any help choosing a color or a shade or product that I've used and you want some help, then just shoot me a message or ask me questions. I'm very friendly and I encourage interaction. So I'd love to help you. So you know the drill. Send me a message and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.